Let's walk, okay? It's about the only time I can have some me time. And I want to talk about frequency, but the variability of frequency. And so we also want to talk about the judgment of the quality of frequency. Because we have a judgment that, for example, like low frequency might be bad or high frequency might be good. And the reality is they exist as a spectrum. There's a whole spectrum of frequencies for us to experience, not only internally within our bodies and thoughts and spiritual being, but also externally throughout our natural world and the universe, the galaxy, the entirety of creation. So as you are exploring energy from the micro level, let's just start with yourself and what that looks like. One of the easiest ways to examine an energetic frequency within yourself is to overlay that with emotion. Now keep in mind everything has energy. Thoughts, the overall health and frequency of your body. When you're sick, you're functioning at a lower frequency level, so to speak, etc. So just thinking about emotions, the frequency of emotions. And if you imagine, there's actually, if you go and look at the map of human consciousness, this was a construct that was kind of, I guess, initially drawn out, I'm not sure for sure, but by David Hawkins. He's written a ton of books. Interesting dude. But he created this model of human emotions. And if you imagine a pyramid where there's a big base at the bottom and then goes up like that. And at the bottom of the frequency pyramid would be emotions like shame. I think that's the lowest emotion. Guilt and shame might be the lowest. Moving up, like anger, sadness, denial. And then acceptance is, I believe, kind of midway. It's kind of the neutral point. And then above acceptance, you get into, quote unquote, the higher frequencies, like love, joy, peace. You might put God at the very top of that if you have that kind of understanding in your mind. So when you are examining your own frequency from a micro level, you can start by just tuning into and paying attention to the range of emotions that you experience during the day. For example, if you're driving in traffic and somebody cuts you off, what is your initial emotional reaction? Not throwing my mom under the bus here. I love my mom. Mom, if you're watching this, forgive me for using you as an example. But my whole life, my mom has been a pretty fast, and some would say aggressive driver. She's not out to be mean to anybody at all. She just likes to get where she's going fast. And if somebody is driving slow in front of her or does a weird move and pulls out of traffic real fast, her initial reaction, emotional reaction, is one of anger. Whatever that person did, they did it on purpose. Or I don't know what my mom's thinking. I just see her get angry. So you can have that reaction. You're actually entitled to experience any and all emotions at your will and enjoy them. But as you are examining and paying attention to your own emotions, ask yourself, am I responding to a situation or am I reacting to a situation? Responding implies that you've given some thought to how you are reacting. to the situation. Reacting is where you're going to find those basic emotional baselines coming out. And they're typically would be judged as more negative. Who here has been cut off by traffic to have the reaction of intense joy at the person that just almost tore your bumper off? Probably not anybody. But that same example, you get cut off in traffic and you are paying attention to your emotions, and maybe in that moment, instead of reacting out of anger, you just sit and observe. And if you're curious about the other person, maybe begin to make up a story or ask yourself what would cause that person to drive this way. Maybe they're in a hurry to get somewhere because I got the call from my mom 4 years ago that my dad, she needed me there and he had passed away. And I knew it. I live about 10 minutes from my mom and I was trying to get there as fast as I could. I maybe made some people mad that day. But had they known what I was doing and where I was going and why I was trying to drive as fast and carefully as I could, they might have had a different emotional reaction or response to me. So, should you choose, one of your practical, energetic, vibrational awareness exercises for you to do is, as you go through your day, just observe yourself, observe your reactions, observe your responses. Be aware of how many times are you tuning into an emotion that has just popped into your mind and body versus one that you have thoughtfully placed there. No right or wrong here. That's part of the practice of raising your vibration. Because as your awareness grows and you enter more into that mid-range space of neutrality, where you can find yourself there at will, you have a choice. And you can choose what energetic vibrational frequency you will carry in your body at any given moment. Okay, I'm starting to huff and puff, so